I mean, if you take away his rockets company, his electric car company, his tunnels company, and his brain chip company, and his strong meme game, there's nothing really special about Elon Musk, is it? Well, there probably is. And if you want to build something as great as he is now building, you'd better learn how does he thinks about goals, how does he set them, and what is the process he follows in order to achieve them. Let's get to it. Hey, I'm Leon Castillo, founder of Selfmastered. We're a high-performance training company that helps entrepreneurs scale their businesses by solving their silent bottleneck, their own performance. We transform the unproductive, overwhelming, and focused entrepreneurs into laser-focused business athletes that can achieve in one day what they previously achieved in 1 week. Hello friends, so today I want to talk about Elon Musk himself and how do I feel he sets goals, because he does something differently than most people, like 3 things actually differently than most people. But before we get into what is the actual process, let's just define what a goal is. A goal is nothing else than a still frame of the future thing. So it's some sort of snapshot of the future that haven't yet happen. But it will happen if we do all the necessary things in order for it to happen. This is the law of cause and effect. Each effect has one or several causes. So if we put into the universe all the necessary causes to get the effect we desire, we will get it. This is, in essence, what complexity science is all about. Now, if this is true though, why doesn't most people get their goals? Well, for several reasons, but I believe that the single most important factor in people not getting their goals is not having an actual model of reality, not having a clear picture of what is entailed for them to get one specific goal. They have a faulty model of how things work and all the effort and causes and processes that need to happen for that goal to materialize. Let's think about it. How long would you need to work on something before that makes you become a billionaire? 1 lifetime? 10 lifetimes? 100 lifetimes? Probably you think from your own standpoint that it is something impossible or very distant in the future. But what do you think Elon Musk would do to become a billionaire yet again if all of those companies were taking from him? 1 year? 2 years? Depending on the market opportunity that he seizes. He has become a billionaire many times over. Now it's 200 billion his personal fortune, so he knows a thing of two on how to become a billionaire. In other words, he have a very accurate model of reality about the goal of becoming a billionaire. He has knowledge, he has wisdom, he has been there, done that before, so his pattern recognition system is attuned to that goal. So it wouldn't take him 10 lifetimes, probably take 10 months. The idea behind this provocative thought is that if you really have experience and wisdom in doing what you want to accomplish, then things are much easier. But if you don't, the progress can get very murky. So the more things you try, the more causes you put out there that can lead to that effect, the better your chances of having a clear A to Z road to follow to get to that goal. Now, the problem is that this is probably not enough if what you want to do is create a space exploration company or change the world of car manufacturing through an electric car company. You need to have a specific framework for setting and achieving goals. And this is what we are going to be discussing in this video. Now, before we get into that video, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss out on any of the juicy videos that we release every week, but also because it is the right thing to do. There's a lot of people out there that haven't heard about Selfmastered, and they could probably learn and implement this concept and see positive results in their life and business, because this is what it's all about. It's all about results, so please share it. Now, Elon Musk is arguably going after the hardest goals out there, and he is having success in the process. And why is he able to do all of that? Because he essentially does 3 things that go against the prototypical advice you've heard 1,000 times in regards to goal setting and going after things. First, make sure that those goals are meaningful. And this is important because if you want to sustain all the necessary hard work that comes from chasing big things, you need to make sure that you are not going to falter in the way. That motivation is going to last so that you can pick yourself up once you fall down, because falling down is a guarantee. And you do this by setting stretch goals, not smart goals. Smart goals, those that are measurable and accurate and reliable and time-bound and all that stuff, they just not work if what you want is to trigger something inside you that propels you forward. The way forward is stretch goals, which are outside of the ordinary. They are way beyond your current level of your abilities, and they serve to get slack off the system, to motivate teams, and to inspire positive momentum. Something that is outside of what you will normally achieve in a specific time frame will force you to look at new ways of doing things. And if you want proof of this, let's say that Elon Musk said that he wanted to create a more efficient space exploration company where you could reutilize the rockets. That would be a great endeavor, but it wouldn't sound sexy, wouldn't it? What did he say? On the other hand, he said, I want to make humans the first multiplanetary species. That is a stretch goal. That is something that motivates him. And that's what has the best minds in the world willing to work for him. This is the first step when setting goals. Make sure they're stretch goals. Make sure you care about them so that others can also care about them and they can get the same motivation that you get for chasing them. Then 2, you need to reason those cause and effect relationship from first principles. First principle is when you break down a complex problem into simple constituent parts that cannot be subdivided much further. And that's how you learn how to think and how to create more efficient system. Essentially, you learn how to create proper thought and processes that lead to new results. So how did Elon Musk use first principle? Well, when he first started in the rocket business, he went to Russia to try to buy our rocket, and he realized that we're super expensive. But if you looked into the individual components, he realized that he could create one from scratch at a 2% of the cost, and essentially really making space exploration 1 or 2 orders of magnitude cheaper. He also did the same thing with batteries. Batteries were very expensive for Tesla, but if he looked at the individual materials that were in a battery, you could buy them from a fraction of the price in the London Metal Exchange, and that's what he did. He found new ways of using individual elements in order to create more complex realities at a fraction of the cost. That's what first principle looks like. And let's say you want to use that in your personal life. Let's say that your stretch goal is, I'm gonna make 100K this next quarter, and you've never done more than 20K. So that's a stretch goal. And if you look at the individual components, how do you get to 100K? Well, you need something to sell. You need one product. You need one client that is interested and has result with that product. And 3, you need to sell it. You need a price, right? Let's say that you're selling a high ticket offer for 5K. So you need 20 people in one quarter to get to those 100K. This is first principle in action. It is very simple. 20 clients, 5K in the offer, 100K over the quarter. And what's missing is step number 3, which is system thinking. So Elon Musk, as all great scientists, is a system thinker. Understand cause-effect relationship within a system. So it's not only about having a goal and understanding what are first principles, the cause and effect that lead to that goal, but also what are the interrelation between all of those causes. Because oftentimes you may have a clear idea of what should be done, but you do not know what might happen in the way to that goal. For example, let's say that you effectively want to sell your program to 20 people, but then How do you sell it? Let's say you sell it over the phone. You are not going to be closing 100% of your calls. Most likely, you're gonna close about 20%. So how many calls do you need? You need what? You need 100 people on the phone. And how do you get 100 people on the phone? Well, you probably need to use some sort of direct outreach. Let's say that you're doing cold emails, direct outreach. You're asking people to jump on a call with you. Out of 100 people that do jump on a call with, only 1%, let's say, that they'll be willing to meet and might be interested. So that's how you make those numbers bigger. Now, you need what? You need 10,000 people contacted in order to get those 100 calls so that you can have those 20 clients. And this is systems thinking, understanding the cause and effect relationship happen within an environment that you can tweak to perfection. In the case of Elon Musk would be, well, if I want to make humans multiplanetary species, what do I need? Well, I need cheap rockets. I need an incredible team. I need funding from the government. I need a bunch of stuff. And you build a machine, the systematic machine that will lead you to that goal. So remember, Elon Musk is able to do all of those things he's able to do because one, he starts from stretch goals. He's building stuff that is exciting to himself and to the people that work with and for him. Two, it's all based on first principle. It's about reasoning. What are the core constituents of a problem and trying to find new solution that other people may have overlooked. That's how you make huge gains in efficiency. And three, systems thinking. Things do not happen in a vacuum. Cause-effect relationship happen in the environment. And you need to understand what is the actual pathway that should take you to that goal. And without having a clear systematic understanding, it is very hard because you'll start paying attention to random occurrences that you will not know how do they relate to the problem at hand. So 3 things: stretch goals, first principles, and system thinking. If you start applying all of these things in your business, let me tell you, you are going to have incredible efficiency gains. I hope this was useful. Subscribe and let me know in the comments what should I cover next. See you in the next video.